This week's episode, Condo Sellers. Have your status certificate available up front. If you want to know everything about living in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, both the good and the bad, then subscribe to my channel and tap the bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know about the current market in Toronto. I get calls, texts, and emails every day from people just like you looking to move from, to, or within Toronto, either moving up or downsizing. We truly love helping people, and whether you're moving in 9 or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we'll be happy to help you buy and or sell. Today I'm providing helpful advice for condo sellers. As I've been covering on this channel, there's an enormous inventory of condos for sale in Toronto and the GTA. We're currently at over 10,000 active condo listings in the GTA. While that's almost 3,000 less listings than this past summer, which is positive for sellers, that's still an enormous number of listings compared to the amount of buyers. As a reference, in 2020 and 2021, the 2 years before the first interest rate hike in the spring of 2022, active condo listings in the GTA ranged between 1,400 to 8,000 units per month, depending on the season. With over 10,000 condo listings and really only an average amount of sales volume these days, the market favors the buyer, who have a lot of condo listings to choose from. So it takes a long time for condos to sell. Average days on market for condos is 40 days in the GTA. That's the average number of days. As a condo seller, you need to make your listing as attractive as possible. One of the ways to do that is by being fully transparent and honest, disclosing everything you know about your property up front. That gives potential buyers a lot of peace of mind. One of the most important things you can do is to have the status certificate for your condo available and ready right up front. Typical costs for a status certificate, which is usually paid for by you as a seller. If there's no rush for the document, it's usually around $110 to $150 and takes 10 business days to receive. That's 2 weeks, 2 calendar weeks. Some condo corporations will have an option to rush that timeline, in which case there'll be a premium cost for that status certificate. In my experience, it's usually like $250 or more. In this current market, you as a seller will likely have to purchase this document twice. I'll discuss why at the end of the video. Broadly defined, a condo status certificate covers the following aspects of the property: the state of the unit itself, the actual condo, apartment, or townhouse itself, including financials and legal highlights; the state of the entire condo building, physically, its finances, legal highlights, maybe any major upcoming renovations or repairs, capital improvements, and so on; the state of the condo corporation, its reserve fund, any possible lawsuits that might be occurring, if there are any special assessments expected, and documentation about condo rules and regulations, member of the board, standard forms, the location of the locker and parking if they're included, and so on. By having this document up front, it shows you as a seller as honest and transparent about their property, which increases buyer confidence in a possible purchase. An interested buyer and their agent can request a status certificate from your listing agent. The potential buyer can then have their real estate lawyer analyze it and make an informed decision on whether to offer on your unit or not. As mentioned, it takes an average of 40 days to sell a condo in this current market. We're talking the autumn of 2025. It's important to note that a buyer's real estate lawyer will not accept a status certificate that's more than 30 days old. They might, do an analysis of it, but they'll want a status certificate that's 30 days or younger if a deal is going to go through. So if that's the case, should you as a seller wait until you have an offer, then order the status certificate for the first time? My advice is no, don't wait. You should still buy it up front and have it available even if it's more than 30 days old. It remains a sign of good faith on your part as a seller. Even if this status certificate is more than 30 days old, a potential buyer can still review it with their lawyer. And in my experience, a status certificate rarely changes drastically during the course of a month or two. If the buyer does decide to offer, they'll still have a status certificate condition in that offer if your certificate was more than 30 days old. And you as a seller will need to pay for a new one. Hence, the cost of having to buy a second current version, having to buy it twice. But that cost is very small compared to having the advantage of providing a status certificate up front and making your listing more attractive. Therefore, bottom line advice, get that status certificate ordered just before you list your condo for sale and have it available right up front, no matter the number of days it takes to sell the unit. As I keep saying, it will make your unit more attractive to buyers having that information available. See you next week.